Dennis Stevens with Easy Building Products. This is Shane Stevens with Georgia Roof and Building Panel, and we're here today to introduce you to the Valley Cap. Valley Cap is an innovative new component that has been designed specifically for the metal roofing industry. 90% of all the leaks start where these two valleys come together at the top of the secondary and primary roof intersection.
You know, Ken, I have to agree. Valleys, chimneys, and pitch breaks are all areas in need of special attention on metal roofs. But valleys are the most time-consuming and difficult areas to make leak-free. It's also a challenge to keep that joint looking good enough to please the customer. Tell me about the Valley Cap. How can the Valley Cap help?
Where it really helps you guys is that under current methods you have to take this ridge cap, slit it down the middle, fan it out, and force it up under the main roof panels. When you do that, it creates a bubble across these panels on the main roof, which is an eyesore, and quite often that has to be done 2 or 3 times before the customer will accept what you wind up with there aesthetically. With the Valley Cap, Shane, we're going to go out here and look at just how easy these things are to accomplish using a Valley Cap. Shane, we're going to use this demo now to show the quick install of the Valley Cap and how quickly it can be installed. The first step is obviously the preparation work on the W-valley trim. We're going to make mirror images of each W-valley. As you can see, we've notched 1 inch from the outside across through the center peak, leaving a 1 inch offset. And then we've taken about 9 to 10 inches off this reverse hook that prevents water from, catches water if it splashes back up under the other side. Now, this point will be very critical in the alignment. When these are overlapped into each other, those 2 points, you can see that in the camera, will be lined up right in the center of the ridge of the secondary ridge line. And Dwayne's going to come in right now, and he's going to actually mount the pre-cut valley flashing on our demo here. And now we just simply lay the Valley Cap right over the top. Right off, no way it can get under into the substrate of the roof. Shane, this is the demo that we built to work with standing seam roofs. This is primarily a residential standing seam roof. It's a snap lock panel. Typically the difference in the standing seam and the ag panel is these clips that we have to put onto the W-valley. Let me show you the difference in the W-valley. For a standing seam, sometimes we use this cleat. We bend this cleat in and the panel comes in and it hooks up under the cleat, and that's what holds it onto the W-valley. Other times, and with the Valley Cap, we use a free clip. The clip fastens through, and then you pull this up and the panel locks onto the clip. The reason, as you can see the clip installed here, using a Valley Cap, we need to use this separate clip because you can't get the cleat over the top of the Valley Cap, but you can run this clip right up over the top of the Valley Cap. And then when the panel comes in and hooks over these clips, you've got a complete watershed from panel, Valley Cap, into the W-valley. One of the things that I wanted to show you is how to size a Valley Cap. Obviously, different width roofs, different pitches on the roof will have an impact on how wide this throat needs to be. And the way to measure for Valley Caps, there's 2 different sizes. There's a 12 1/4 throat and a 16 1/2 throat. What we want to do is start at this ridge line off this secondary ridge, measure straight out 4 inches, and then measure from the center of the valley to the center of the valley, straight across 4 inches out. If that measurement is 12 1/4 or under, we use a 12 1/4 inch stroke. If that measurement is over 12 1/4, then we use the larger valley cap. It's a 16 1/2 inch stroke. Shane, there's one other application that we want to talk about for the valley cap. What we have here is we have a secondary ridge line that's on the same plane as the primary ridge line. And what that means is when the contractor tries to put a ridge cap on the primary roof, he's obstructed by the secondary roof coming off the back. And they normally have to force that down. It creates a big bubble in the ridge and it makes an eyesore. That ridge really looks like it's got a hump in it from the ground. Been asked many times, how can I repair that? Well, the way to correctly do that is use a valley cap. On the front side where you have your 2 valleys, you get your 100% watershed leak-free joint. And then on the back, we fold the valley cap over the top of the panels. So any rain that might hit there would run right off onto the panel and off onto the ground or in the gutter system. The beauty part of this is they can notch the ridge cap. They notch it, it's still a 100% leak-free joint. The ridge line is perfectly straight and beautiful. And then this ridge cap just simply goes on and covers the valley cap. Let's summarize the valley cap. This valley cap is made out of EPDM. It has UV inhibitors. It's got a 20-year weather-resistant warranty, even though it's not exposed to UV rays. It's easy to install, it's very swift, it's safer. The preparation for the W-valley flashing can be done on the ground, handed up to the roof. Man, it doesn't even have to do that as simple as it is on the roof, but it eliminates all that hammering, forcing the ridge line under the primary panels, the big bubbles, the eyesores. It makes for a much more beautiful roof, it makes for a leak-proof roof, and you don't have to worry about coming back and repairing leaks.